Hello everyone. In today's video, I will be showing you how to use Automation Anywhere 360 to gather a data on newly opened restaurant from the Zomato website and store that data into the Excel file. So first I will navigate to Zomato website. So this is a Zomato website. So what we have to do, you can select any city. So I've selected Chandigarh. So here our bot will go here and click on a newly opened restaurant, and here we have to uh, get the data from here, get the name of restaurant from here, and the description from here. So we have to take all the newly opened restaurant from here and put that data into the Excel file. So this is my Excel file. So in this Excel file we have to save the data. So let me start. So first we have to open the browser. I'm opening it on Google Chrome. This is a link of Zomato website. We have to click on a newly opened restaurant. So we have to capture a newly opened restaurant. So guys, we use a loop here. Capturing the object is taking up time. Let me recapture it. So bot will click here. So here action to take on object is click. So we have to click here, and now we have to use the loop. So for loop we have to use a counter. We use a number here and we increment that number by 1. I just assign here 1 to counter variable. This is my counter variable. So my loop will go on counter and counter time, and here I'm going to increment the value of my counter. So now guys, we have to take the name and description of this all the restaurant. So we use here a recorder function. I'm just copying and pasting it. capturing this thing. So what happened, guys? Here each restaurant have a different domax path. So I'm going to first copy the domax path from here. So this is the domax path of our first object, first restaurant. So let me show you. Let me take the path of the second restaurant. See guys, there is a slight difference in all the path. If you see, so each time this number is incremented by 1. So what we do, we use the same thing here. We use the counter variable here because our counter start from 1 and it increment via 1. So this is our, what I do now, from here we have to get this, we have to take the HTML inner text, we have to take this value from here. So we are going to, let me show you again, we have to take the HTML inner text. So this is the, for that we have to use the action get property. The property name is HTML inner text. So this is the property that we are going to take. So here I'm using this. What happened, guys? If you see, we have to take this and this thing. So we have captured all the box. So for that we also have to capture this thing, newly opened. Somewhere it is a dining, or somewhere it may be another thing, depending on the restaurant. So what they are going to provide you. So for that we have to capture this object as well. Let me just check again. For that we have to capture this value as well, this thing, newly opened. Here we also have a domax path. So each time when we are going to capture this record, the domax path will change. So I'm taking this thing. So see guys, there is also a slight difference. So for that we also have to use this counter here as well. Let me just copy this from here and paste it here. So now I'm going to copy this path and put here. So guys, sometime interviewer can ask this type of question, this type of task they can give you to get the value from a website where the restaurant, there is a newly opened restaurant. So okay, let me just change the name. Newly open. So now we are going to get the value of each restaurant and restaurant name and description and newly opened or dining. So we don't need this thing, we don't need this newly open, because we are taking the value of newly opened restaurant. So for that, here also we have to take a property get HTML inner element. This is what we have to take. Okay guys, so one more thing, we have to put the data into the Excel file. For that, we have to open the Excel file as well. We have to open this Excel file before the loop. So my Excel file is on a desktop, so I'm going to open this file. Sheet contain header. Yes, we have a header in our sheet. Yes, we have a header. So now we are going to get the data. So now what happened? We have to set the value in our Excel file. For that, we are going to okay, before that we have to extract the data. So for that, we are using a string. Extract text. Let me show you why we are using this thing. So we have to take this value as a name and this value in a description. So for that reason we are using a string extraction here. So our source string is this one as property name, property value. And we are using an extraction here. For that we are using a start after. So we have to extract a string before this value, before newly opened restaurant. So for that we are using a as newly open. So now what is going here? So this will extract the value before this thing. So the name it will extract. So for that we are, if no match found, then return a source string. So we are taking a value here as a name. The same thing we have to do for our description as well. So for description we have to use the after. Now we are taking the string from after this text. So after a newly open, we have to take this description. For that I'm using a newly open and put it into the description. So first let me just use a message box. Okay, 1 minute. Now what happened, guys? We haven't add here our counter. So what happened, guys? This is an infinite loop. Our loop cannot be will not break because we haven't add any condition to break this loop. So for that reason, we have to do one thing. We have to add a if condition here. If this is not found, that what we have to do. So for that we have to use a if condition. If object does not exist. So which object does not exist? So let me show you that thing. So if this object does not exist, then we have to break the loop. So see, guys, I'm just copying the domain path of, we already captured this thing. If this object does not exist, then we are going to break the loop. I hope you understand what I'm trying to tell you. So if this object does not exist, if the restaurant is not exist, because this loop will go infinite, so we have to break this loop in somewhere. So if this object somewhere, some point we don't have any restaurant, so if this is not exist, then we have to break that loop. So here loop, break the loop. Okay, now we have to set the value in our Excel file. So for that we are using a Excel package. Here is the set value. Okay, so set cell. So here we are going to set the value. So setting a value in a okay, we are going to set the value here. Set a specific cell. So let me show you why I'm using a specific cell. So we have to use a A2 or B2. So for that I'm using A, and our counter is here, m counter dot. So what happened, guys? After this our counter will increment by 2, so this value will go to A2, now A3, A4, like that. So that's why I'm using a A2 here, and the cell value is and as name, and for same thing for B column as well. So for B we also use this thing. Now as description. So this is what we are going to do. So this is, I think, now we have to close the Excel file as well. Your machine test. Okay. some mistake. Let me just check. So actually guys, here we have capture, just a minute. We have capture this thing, but instead of this we have to capture only the image part only. So here we just capture the image part, and other thing is alright, we just use a counter here, and after that we break the loop. And now I'm just deleting this, and again I'm going to run this. So see, our Excel file is empty here. So now I'm going to run this again. So see what happened. So, okay, so I'm going to run this now. So I think this is the only thing that we have to see. We have to again and again capturing the object. We have to do this. So see, now our Zomato site is open. It's open a newly open restaurant. Open the Excel file now. Clicking on each restaurant that is newly open. Now it goes to the if condition. It's going to check the if condition. Now I think this is close the Excel file. So let's see what happened. So see guys, now our board just open a 5 restaurant only. So there is only 5 newly opened restaurant in this section. So if you can see, if you see, so all these 5 restaurants are open that we have put into the Excel file. So this is what that I'm going to tell you today. So thank you very much. I hope you like this video. Please hit on a like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much guys.